Bring in Congressman Anthony D'Esposito, Republican from New York, who's a former detective for the New York City Police Department. Good morning to you. You have a very unique perspective, so we're happy to have you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So, Congressman, you called this shooting a stark reminder of the divided country that we're in. So is this going to be leading to a greater push for unity and civility like we're seeing from both Trump and Biden, or do these tensions get even worse?
I mean, listen, I would love to say that this is going to lead us to a more unified country. But based on the things that I'm reading just on my social media feed, I think that, unfortunately, we're far away from that. There are people throughout this country who are truly divided, who are full of hate, who I think, want to see the division only get worse as we move towards Election Day. And I think that's one of the reasons as to why we need to be so vigilant. We need to be careful, not only for our candidates and those who are in elected office. I mean, just for me personally, over the last 4 or 5 days, I mean, I've had multiple threats to my office where, we had to have a bomb squad in and evacuate my offices. It is becoming very difficult to do our job. And unfortunately, I think that the rhetoric is only getting worse.
Well, at that rally there in Butler, Pennsylvania, based on your training from the NYPD, what do you think went wrong that allowed this gunman to fire several shots toward former President Trump? The Secret Service, this was outside of their perimeter, I guess, and you have to be able to depend on the communication between local law enforcement, don't you, and Secret Service in a case like this?
Absolutely. And I think that obviously the Secret Service men and women who were on the ground did the best job that they could. I think that the questions that many of us have are for the leadership of the Secret Service. Was there enough resources provided to that event? What's the communication problems? I mean, listen, historically, there has been communication barriers between different law enforcement agencies, especially when it comes between locals and federal agencies. I mean, it's unfortunate, but we saw it here in New York City during the aftermath and during the attacks on 9/11, where communication was an issue. So communication has always been an issue. It's something that we need to fix and we need to find a solution for, because from everything we've heard, and I know that Chairman Green of the Homeland Security Committee, of which I sit on, I know that we have had conversations, our committee has had conversations, and that we look forward to getting back onto Capitol Hill and really digging into this and bringing some oversight to the events that occurred on Saturday night. But there are some serious questions that need to be answered, and I think until we have all the facts in front of us, we have to wait on jumping to conclusions.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.